Hello, welcome. I'm Dr. Paul Dyer. Welcome to Mental Health Monday. As everything starts to come online, and you can always catch me at any of your podcast channels. You could just put in Bridges Live with Dr. Paul Dyer, and I will pop up on anywhere you get all of your live podcasts. Those of you that are listening. Those of you who are watching, you can always get me on any of my social media, my YouTube channel, Facebook, and Twitter. And then sometimes there's some highlights that goes on my Instagram page. Anyway, let's get right into Mental Health Mondays. This is a new year, and it just seems to be going on quicker and quicker. And I want to talk. There's a lot of things I've always want to talk about to make sure that we focus on what mental health is. Mental health is an uneasiness of the understanding of your emotions and your feelings. It's an uneasiness, misunderstanding of your emotions and your feelings. Mental health comes in many forms and fashions. It can come in a chemical sense, it could come in an emotional sense, but it does come into what you call a physical and mental. It will always happen physically of the body and mentally of the brain. Now, there are all kinds of outliners to reason why people have what you call mental health issues and what could help them with mental health issues. And I do feverishly agree with everyone needs to get their mental health checked out because it has, will, does affect your living. The reason why it affects your living is because we don't understand from a lot of our historical issues as people, as a race of black people, as men, as a nation of people, what we've been put into conditions for us to survive in. Those are very key words: conditions and survival. Living takes all hemispheres of the brain, the left, the right, the front, the rear, in all aspects. I've gotten into different neuroanatomy and understanding what parts of the brain and how it affects the what and the what. But what I want to say is your emotions, your feelings, your actions, the outcomes has come from a state of conditioned, either socially, environmental, or just things that you were taught. Treating someone, treating anyone in any hostile act is unhealthy mentally. Means you have a mental health issue. If you get angry in any form, doesn't matter if it's a little bit, just a little bit upset, sort of whatever it is, it's a mental health issue, and you definitely need to talk to someone to get that figured out. Living whole has no anger in it. Living has no anger. Survival modes, there's some anger and resentment and frustration. I'll say that again. When you're living, when you're in the frontal part of your brain, when you are actually using cognitive coherence, when you are resonating at a balanced frequency, there is no anger. Dr. Paul, what about when things don't turn out right? That's a condition of what you want as expectations. Some things just don't happen. Some things, what you call in the science things, they just fail. But that doesn't make you angry. It it cannot make you angry. Only you can make you angry. And if you're angry, that's a mental health issue. Now, I want to get into something that was recently passed over to me. So I want to share this with you. The American Psychological Association put out an apology. The American Psychological Association put out an apology on October 29, 2021. I'm going to read this to you, but you could find in this article, and if you see this, and those of you on the podcast, the apology to the people of color for the APA's role in promoting, perpetuating, failing to challenge race, racism, racial discrimination, and human hierarchy in the U.S. The resolution adopted by the APA Council of Representatives on October 29th. The American Psychological Association failed in its role in leading the discipline of psychology was complicit and contribute to systematic inequalities and hurt many through racism, racial discrimination, and degeneration of people of color. This is an apology of their role in psychology, saying of how they led people, without reading the whole article, they led people into thinking and to teaching and promoting racism by what they call as psychological findings. This is very, very important. The reason why is because throughout history, they've said many things about the African American people, about Black America, that has made white America or any other race outside of Black America think and believe that what they thought what blacks were has contributed to racism. These things are very important. Why are they important? Well, things that you were taught can contribute to your outcome. Things that you are taught can contribute to your outcome. Things that you are taught can contribute to your outcome. The only way it does not contribute to your outcome is if you have intention. You create the intention of deconditioning your development, deconditioning your development from the environment, from social, from conditioning, really from your parents, from your historical act. My mother beat me, so I should beat my children. That's a condition. You not understanding why you feel, why you do, why you consider, why you would, asking the questions. To decondition something, you must tear yourself in why and ask yourself the why and the how. That's the only way. You have to do the investigation of the why and the how you are thinking and performing and acting the way you are. After going through it and you understand the reasons why you do the things you do and you agree upon it and this makes sense to you, could you leave it in your life? Absolutely. But it also gives you an opportunity to take it out. Because I was molested as a young person, should I go molest another young person? Well, no, Dr. P, that's sick. Wait a minute. It was done to me. It was a condition. I can adhere to that condition because that's why other people and pedophiles do that. They have been conditioned since for some reason to do it to the other. We are not here to just be continuously doing the same without you cultivating yourself. Cultivating yourself is very important. Mental health is very important. Just recently, today, I found that Baltimore City is filled with lead in their waters. This is highly toxic to the brain. This is highly toxic to oxygen. This is highly toxic to the development of a child, to humans. This is probably one of the many reasons, probably if it was on my list, the top reason why Baltimore City is a crime infested place. It's probably from the water, and then you add alcohol onto it, and then you add other drugs onto it, then you add the environmental trauma onto it. It's causing the brain to not even have what you call coherence, balance. It is tearing down the fabric within your internal organs and body and brain because of lead water. And Baltimore has done nothing for years since they have known, and they have known. How do you know they have known? They pulled the water out of schools. There's no more water fountains in Baltimore City schools. They say it's because of the lead, but not every home can afford filters. Not every living person can afford to get one of those clean water things. It's expensive. It's expensive. But the expense of the crime and the killing of our children from the internal to the external is the reason why. It's sick and sad to find out that Baltimore has known this for years. Maryland has known this for years. And mental health, Maryland's the richest state in the United States, and it allows for the continuous sickness of our children mentally with the lead filled water. You must have to ask, is this done on purpose? To be the richest state, to have one of the highest crime in a certain part of the state, and to allow it to keep happening, and it could be, has been, contribute to lead findings. We as a people, when we see things, hear things, as a human activist that I am, mental health can be stopped. You need to help everyone. Get the help. Ask for help. Raise your hand. Make a phone call. Ask someone. Get the help. Otherwise, you stay in the condition that you are in right now, and you will never change. You are beautiful, you are loved, and the light comes within. I must tell you, you have the light within you. Geniusness is common. Geniusness is common, and you have the geniusness inside of you to start developing, cultivating yourself to be great. But you got to ask for help. You got to seek help. You're not alone. Don't think if you're doing this alone. Those of you who are watching on my live broadcast, and those who see this on any other YouTube channel, this backdrop is my mom. My mom always taught me to seek, to develop, to cultivate, but you must do the seeking. You must do the cultivating. You must be the being you can be without someone conditioning you to be what they need you to be. And this extends through mental health. Mental health is your health. It's hard for us to be a good person, be a good friend, be a good father, be a good citizen if you're suffering from mental health. And how do you know you're suffering? Because you are continuing to you're continuing to stay angry and frustrated. You continue to raise your voice and scream. You continue to go in and out. There's many ways and many help, but first you have to start getting help. I hope this helps. This is Mental Health Mondays with Dr. Paul. Here every Monday, and I will be having some guests on so we can talk about mental health, give you some solutions, and give you some ways. I love you guys. Love all of you. We're part of this planet together. Let's be together. I'm Dr. Paul. If you have any questions, anything at all, reach out to me, and I will be sure happy and helpful to answer it. Thank you so much. God bless. Be kind, be compassionate, and serve humanity. Thank you.